Amanda, why don't you reply to me right away? You're not doing anything important anyway, right?
What's going on? It's kind of late. Is there something urgent?
I've decided to host a house party for my friends tomorrow, so I need you to finish cleaning by 6 a.m. and prepare some snacks too.
6 a.m.? I've been busy with work and got home late, so I was hoping to get some rest tomorrow.
You're so inconsiderate. Are you trying to ruin the event I've planned so carefully? Since we're living together, you should be more helpful.
I do my best to help when I can, but I can't always accommodate sudden requests.
Excuses. You're completely useless. Phoebe looks like she has nothing to do, so she should get up early and help too. She's young, so she can handle it.
She has been busy with her studies and assignments. Asking her to wake up so early would be too much and could affect her performance.
University is practically just playing around. This will be a great opportunity for her to learn how to help the family. You're spoiling her. She won't grow up to be a capable adult.
I'm not spoiling her. She's fulfilling her responsibilities just fine. She's working hard for her future.
Forget it. You guys are both completely useless, so I guess I'll have to do everything myself. I'm so disappointed in both of you.
Shelley, please stop making unreasonable demands. We all have our own lives, and it's not always possible to align everything with your schedule.
How cold of you. If it weren't for me supporting this family, you wouldn't be able to live however you please. And yet you don't even show me any gratitude. It's unbelievable.
We are grateful, but that's a separate issue. Pushing ourselves too hard isn't the solution.
Saying you're grateful doesn't mean anything if it's just words. From now on, I'll only focus on myself. It's pointless to expect any cooperation from you guys.
Please, let's calm down and have a proper discussion. I want to find a solution that works for everyone.
And there's no point in talking. You never listen to a single thing I say anyway.
Oh, Amanda. Phoebe, do you have a moment? There's something I've been worried about.
What's wrong, Mom?
Well, you've seemed a bit down lately. Is something bothering you?
I've been debating whether to tell you, but...
You can tell me anything.
I feel like Grandma doesn't like me. She acts normal around everyone else, but when we're alone, it's completely different.
Really? How exactly is she different?
The other day, she came into my room without asking and said, "This is so tacky," while trying to throw away one of my favorite decorations. When I stopped her, she said the junk just made the house look messy.
Oh, that's awful. Did you explain why it's important to you?
I did, but she said it was her house and she didn't want anything she didn't like in it. It feels like she's trying to take over everything, even though the house is actually yours.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Has anything else happened?
Yeah, she used my laptop the other day and accidentally deleted some files. But instead of apologizing, she said it was my fault for not backing them up.
Oh my God. What's wrong with her? That must have been so stressful.
It was. I had to redo everything and stayed up all night. When I told her, she just laughed and said if that was all it took to lose sleep, it must not have been a very important assignment.
I had no idea you were dealing with all this. You must have been so upset. I don't understand why she's acting like that.
I don't know either, but I can tell she gets in a bad mood whenever I'm around. Sometimes she says I'm lucky just being young, so I show more respect for her.
It sounds like she's just trying to put you down to feel superior.
Maybe. Honestly, if she straight up said she hated me, it'd be easier to deal with. Living with this constant tension makes me want to move out as soon as I can.
I get it, but it's my job to protect you, so I'll talk to her about this. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Thanks, Mom. But what if she just blows up? I really don't want to see her angry.
It'll be fine. I'll make sure she doesn't take it out on you. You shouldn't have to deal with this alone.
Thanks, Mom. Just talking about it already makes me feel a little better.
I'm glad to hear that. From now on, if anything happens, tell me right away. We'll get through it together.
Amanda, have you made it home yet? There's something I really need to talk about. Do you have a moment?
Is it urgent? I just got in a car.
Oh, you're just on the way back? That's fine. We can talk then. You've heard about the issue already, right? Derek must have mentioned it.
You mean about Phoebe refusing to eat the food you made?
Exactly. Does she not trust my cooking or something? Or is this just how young people are these days? It's a bit shocking to hear that my cooking isn't to her taste.
I'm sorry, Shelley.
She's already in college, right? At her age, she should be more open-minded and willing to try anything.
Yes, I understand.
I don't know much about trendy cuisines or whatever is popular now, but is it really such a big deal?
Trendy cuisines? I'm not sure. But food preferences vary from person to person, you know. Maybe we need to carefully think about what's causing this.
But it's my cooking. I go out of my way to spend time preparing it, and she won't even touch it? That's incredibly rude, don't you think? It's unacceptable for her to behave like that in this house.
She may have her reasons, and it might not be best to jump to conclusions too quickly. I'll keep a close eye on the situation.
Are you seriously going to take such a laid-back approach? Observing is fine, but as her mother, you need to step up and address this. We're a family, and families should work together. That's how a proper household functions, don't you think?
Of course. I understand that. But I also believe we need to understand her perspective and what she's feeling. Let me handle this carefully and observe for now.
That's exactly why she's grown up to be so spoiled.
Hey, Phoebe. You've been acting a little off lately. Is something going on? You can be honest with me.
What are you talking about? I'm perfectly fine.
Your dad told me. Why aren't you eating?
Oh.
Grandma's going out of her way to cook for you, and you're leaving everything on your plate. That's not okay.
I know.
Then can you tell me why? Grandma's taken on so much of the household work, and when you do that, it probably hurts her feelings. Why won't you sit and have a meal with her? I've been so busy with work, coming home late every night, and she's been putting in the effort to cook for everyone. And did you know she used to teach cooking classes when she was young? She's an incredible cook. Don't you think you're being a bit ungrateful? I just want you to consider how much effort she's putting into it.
Mom, I can't.
Why not?
I just can't because...
Because what?
Would you like it if someone forced you to do something you truly couldn't? It's the same for me. And honestly, I get that you're busy and can't join us for dinner. But don't you think it's strange that Dad, who's eating the same food, doesn't notice anything?
I don't get it. What's going on? You have to tell me.
Grandma seems extra harsh with me. She's normal with everyone else, but when it's just the two of us, her whole vibe changes. She acts outright mean. I think she hates me.
So, it's happened again. Thank you for telling me. I'll talk to her again. Just hang in there a bit longer.
Oh, listen, Mom.
Yes, what is it? If there's something you want to say, don't hold back.
No, never mind. I feel like no one would believe me anyway.
Sweetheart, I'll listen to anything you have to say. It's better to talk now than to regret it later.
It's just, this is more of a feeling than a fact. But if someone else ate the food I'm supposed to eat, they might notice something. Especially you, Mom. You'd pick up on anything unusual, right? I'm sure you'd sense something's off.
True. Next time you leave your food untouched, I'll try it myself and see if I notice anything. Let's see if we can figure this out.
The thing is, Grandma quickly clears away anything I don't eat. She does it so smoothly and deliberately, like she's hiding evidence. It honestly creeps me out.
That is strange. If she's so concerned about uneaten food, why act that way? It does seem like she might have some hidden motive. If you can manage to save even a small portion, maybe we can figure out what's going on. Do you think you can do that?
Okay, I'll try. If I manage to keep some, I'll hide it in a cooler bag in my room. Once you're home, come by to get it.
Got it. Thanks, honey. I need to figure this out for you. But please, don't push yourself too hard. Morning, Phoebe. I have important visitors today, so I had to leave the house earlier than usual to prepare. Are you already up?
Morning, Mom. Yeah, I noticed you'd already left.
About Grandma's cooking. It's been on my mind. I thought it'd be easier to talk about it through text since it's hard to discuss openly at home. That's why I'm bringing it up here.
That's fine. So you noticed something, right? There's definitely something off about her food. It really doesn't taste right. What do you think? Did you taste anything strange?
Yes, absolutely. This isn't just about taste, whether it's good or bad. It's far more serious than that. It was genuinely dangerous. If you hadn't noticed something was wrong and kept eating it...
I know.
Just thinking about it makes me shiver. It was such a close call. It's almost miraculous that you realized it in time and avoided the worst.
Mom, there's something I've been meaning to say.
What? You can tell me anything.
I just feel like Grandma has never really liked me.
Not liked you? What makes you think that?
When she's with the other grandkids, she acts normal. There's nothing unusual, and she even seems to get along with them. But when it's just the two of us, her attitude completely changes. It's like she suddenly gets cold, glaring at me like she can't stand me. It's so bad that I've spent years wondering if I did something to upset her.
Do you think there's anything you might have done to make her act that way? Maybe something you said or did that left a bad impression?
I don't know. But it's been like this ever since I was a kid. It feels less like something I did and more like how she feels about me. Like it just naturally happened.
I see.
You know, when the idea of living together came up, I honestly felt like it was never going to work. I had this terrible gut feeling that it would go badly. But when I heard about how lonely she might be after Grandpa passed, and I thought saying no would seem heartless. While I was hesitating, the decision just kept moving forward. I should have found a way to stop it, but I didn't. And suddenly it was all settled, and there was no way out.
I understand. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I didn't realize how much you were struggling. As your mom, I should have picked up on it and addressed it sooner.
Oh no, Mom, it's not your fault. I should have spoken up when it mattered. But honestly, every day feels unbearable, and I don't think I can keep enduring this.
I hear you. I won't let you suffer any longer. For now, I think it's best for you to stay at my mom's place for a while. She'll be thrilled to have you, and it's a safe, calming environment. Her place is close enough for you to commute to college, and I think you need a break to reset in a place where you can feel at ease.
Yeah, I think that'd be great for me. It's close to school, and just changing my environment might make a big difference.
I'll talk to your dad and arrange everything as soon as possible. Making sure you're safe and comfortable is my responsibility, so leave it to me.
What kind of person are you, Amanda? I'm at a loss for words. Completely shocked. What do you think you're doing? Hey, pick up!
Shelley, I think any further discussion is pointless. I've already given you the train ticket and the essentials you need for your trip, haven't I?
What?
I've also contacted your family and explained the situation on your behalf, so you can go back without any worries. You no longer have a reason to stay with us. Instead, I think it's best for you to focus on settling down comfortably at your family's place as soon as possible.
You say my family, but that house is now occupied by my brother's family. Technically, I don't have a place to go back to. And knowing that, you're still trying to kick me out? Ugh, how evil.
Yes, I'm aware of that. You told us this when the idea of you moving in with us was first brought up. You said it'd be hard to live there. You expressed your need for a place that would welcome you, and that's why we agreed to live together and did our best to make it work. But considering the current circumstances, this arrangement is no longer viable.
Even so, after everything I've done to move in with you, you're kicking me out after just 2 months? This is nothing but elder abuse.
The arrangement was meant to support your life, Shelley. But in this situation, staying together is only causing harm to both sides. I'll send the rest of your belongings soon. Please, bear with it until then.
You're just like that selfish daughter of yours. You're disregarding your own mother-in-law, ending this arrangement after just 2 months. What do you think of me? Even Phoebe, that spoiled granddaughter of mine, refuses to eat the meals I lovingly prepare. Honestly, this is what they mean when they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Shelley, how can you say such things? Do you really think I made this decision without knowing anything?
Oh, what are you talking about?
You complained recently about her not eating your food, didn't you? Regarding that matter, let me be honest with you. She had every reason not to eat it.
What do you mean by that?
There were powdered shrimp and crab mixed into the food intentionally, despite her being allergic to them.
You knew?
I noticed it right after you started cooking for us during my busy work season. I found shrimp and crab powder, which we never keep in our home, and it raised suspicions. So I discreetly observed you while you cooked, and I saw you deliberately setting aside Phoebe's portion and mixing in the powder. I had explained her shellfish allergy to you in detail beforehand. Yet you did that. She became terrified and stopped eating anything you cooked.
I didn't think you'd notice. I assumed she was just being fussy and refusing to eat out of stubbornness.
If that's what you thought, you were mistaken. She has known since she was little that you didn't like her. She realized what you were doing and was too scared to confront you, afraid of what you might do next.
What?
You intentionally added shrimp and crab to the food of a child with allergies? This goes beyond dislike. This is life-threatening behavior. Why would you do something like this?
Because.
Because what? What is it about her that bothers you so much?
Every time I see her face, I'm reminded of that hateful mother-in-law of mine.
Your mother-in-law?
Yes. So Phoebe resembles her great-grandmother.
Okay. But to resent her simply because she resembles her is incredibly unfair. I've heard before that she bears a striking resemblance to how her great-grandma looked when she was young. But appearance alone is no justification for such a dangerous act.
You have no idea what I went through. That woman subjected me to relentless abuse. She pushed me to the brink, emotionally and physically. There were days when I thought I wouldn't survive. Every single day I lived in fear. Everything I did was criticized, and even when I did nothing, I was still vilified. It was hell. When she finally passed away, I thought I was free at last. But now, seeing Phoebe, who looks so much like her, brings all those memories rushing back.
But she isn't like that at all. She's kind and considerate, not someone who would ever harm others. Why would you judge her solely by her appearance?
I know that, but no matter how many times I tell myself she's a different person, I can't help but see her as the same.
Then why did you agree to live with us in the first place? You knew from the beginning that she was here.
Living with my son during my old age seemed like the natural thing to do. That's why I reluctantly agreed. But I thought if she moved out, everything would be fine. So I decided to use her shellfish allergy to make that happen.
Excuse me? Are you serious right now?
I thought if I added allergens to her food without being caught, she'd have no choice but to leave. I assumed that if she had a bad enough reaction, it'd give her a reason to move out.
What on earth were you thinking? Do you even understand how severe food allergies can be? If she hadn't noticed and eaten the food, do you realize what could have happened? You cannot underestimate the danger of an anaphylactic reaction.
Oh, come on. You're blowing this way out of proportion. What, she'd just get a little itchy skin or turn red. That's all, right?
No, absolutely not. Her shellfish allergy is severe. Even a minor reaction, like a rash or itching, can cause immense pain and suffering. But the worst part is when her throat swells, her airway closes, and she goes into respiratory distress.
Oh my God.
In middle school, during a school trip, a classmate who didn't understand her allergy forced her to eat crab. She ended up in the hospital fighting for her life after being rushed to the ER.
Are you serious?
I don't even want to imagine. But if she hadn't been vigilant this time and noticed something was off, you could have become a criminal.
A criminal? Me?
I don't know what kind of person your in-law was, so I can't comment on the past, but Phoebe's a completely different person who simply resembles her. She's not someone who deserves to be treated with hostility. If you dislike her, that's fine, but instead of directing this kind of vengeance toward her, I think it would be best for everyone if you focused on staying out of her way moving forward.
Well then, can you at least reconsider ending this cohabitation? I admit I've been emotional, but I think I can handle things better from now on.
That's not an option. Phoebe's terrified of you. As her mom, I cannot allow her to live in constant fear in her own home.
Then why don't you let her get her own place? She's already a college student. It's about time she experienced living on her own, isn't it? That way, everything would be resolved peacefully.
That suggestion is nothing but an attempt to shift responsibility. You're only trying to make it look like a solution while pushing your convenience onto us.
Please, I'm begging you. It's really hard for me to go back to my hometown.
Yes, I'm well aware. I've heard how you treated your sister-in-law poorly when you were living with your brother's family. And now you're scared that she might retaliate if you go back, aren't you?
Exactly. That's why I need to stay here. It's only natural for a mother to live with her son's family in her later years, isn't it? Ignoring a mother-in-law is something no one would tolerate.
How selfish can you be? You dismiss your own actions while blaming everyone else. It's beyond unreasonable.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
I see there's no point in continuing this conversation. It's clear that reasoning with you won't get us anywhere. So, please, return to your family home promptly.
Wait, Amanda! I'm genuinely in a tough spot. If going back to my hometown is the only option, I'd rather find a place to live alone.
Then go ahead and think about your next steps carefully. We can no longer accommodate you in our home.
Please, don't say something so heartless. Everything I've done has been for you guys.
Your words have lost all credibility. Reflect on your actions. And please, stop burdening us any further. Now, if you'll excuse me, take care. I have no regrets about the decisions I made regarding my mother-in-law's behavior. In fact, I'm more confident now than ever that it was the right choice. After she returned to her hometown, as expected, her life didn't go smoothly. The family home she thought she had ruled for years was now fully under her sister-in-law's control. She was assigned all the house chores with no time to complain or resist. And if she dared to push back, her sister-in-law would coolly reply, "This is nothing compared to what you put me through." Word quickly spread through the neighborhood, labeling her as the bullying in-law who's back in town. Every trip to the store turned into a walk of shame under the cold stares of the locals. Even she couldn't withstand the humiliation. Eventually, the pressure of living in her family home became too much, and she reportedly begged her sister-in-law to help her move somewhere else. Her request was flatly denied, leaving her isolated and alone. Amid all this, she sent me countless messages pleading for help. The tone was clear. Ignoring me like this is heartless of you. But at just the right moment, my husband and I blocked her on all contact platforms. The sense of relief that followed was indescribable, like a weight had finally been lifted. Phoebe has also regained her peace of mind. While I regret what she had to endure, I'm hopeful that from now on our family can enjoy a happy and tranquil life together.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.